Stop wasting time on surface-level inspections that miss $5,000 or more in hidden damage. Most buyers check tire tread, listen for weird noises, then sign the paperwork. But the real defects don't show up until after you own the car. Transmission lag, valve seal leaks, suspension play. Some won't even trigger a check engine light, and some are hidden codes you won't see until a scan later. And one of these tests can make a weak transmission reveal itself in under 10 seconds. You usually get 5 minutes on a test drive to force these problems to the surface before you're stuck with them. So this isn't casual driving, this is a deliberate stress test. By the end of this video, you'll know how to screen a bad deal fast and walk away clean. Quick safety note before we start. Only do these tests if it's legal, the road is clear, and you feel fully in control. If anything feels unsafe, skip it. A safe test drive beats a perfect test. Here's how to watch this video. I want you to run it like a checklist. I'll call out each test. Your job is to mentally score it. Pass or fail. These are 5 rapid stress tests that load the engine, transmission, steering, and brakes on purpose. Each one targets a different system, and each takes less than a minute. Stack them back to back during a single test drive, and you'll catch the biggest hidden problems before you sign anything. If the car fails one of these badly, that's your cue to stop and reconsider. If it passes all 5, you've cleared the major red flags, and then you move to a professional pre-purchase inspection. Test 1. The cold start. Start the engine from a complete cold state. Don't let the seller warm it up first. Quick question before you look, what do you think you'll see, clean exhaust or smoke? When you turn the key, watch the tailpipe. Blue smoke can mean oil burning. White smoke can point to coolant getting where it shouldn't. Either way, persistent smoke is a serious warning. Now listen closely for a loud rattle or knock from the engine bay. Then let it idle for about 30 seconds and feel for rough vibration or stalling. Signs something in ignition or fueling isn't happy. This works because some leaks and wear show themselves most clearly when the engine is cold, before heat and expansion mask symptoms. That's test 1, 4 to go. Test 2, the full lock circle. Find an empty parking lot. Turn the steering wheel all the way to one side and drive a tight circle at slow speed for a few seconds. Listen for clicking or clunking. A rapid clicking sound can point to CV joint wear. A high-pitched whine can point to power steering strain. Repeat in the opposite direction. While you do it, feel the steering wheel for play or slop, which can suggest worn front-end components. Tight turns load those parts harder than normal driving, so noises and vibration show up faster. That's test 2, 3 to go. If this is helpful, the next video will be the full pre-purchase inspection process, because these 5 tests are just the first filter. Test 3, the transmission response check. Come to a complete stop on flat ground. Shift from drive to reverse, then back to drive a few times in a row. You're listening and feeling for 2 things, clunks and hesitation. A clunk can be mounts or drivetrain lash. Hesitation or lag before the car moves can be a bigger transmission warning. Watch the engine RPM. If it surges oddly or doesn't feel smooth, that's another red flag. This test works because quick direction changes expose weaknesses that a gentle drive can hide. This is the one that catches people, because the car can feel fine until you force the direction change. That's test 3, 2 to go. If you feel serious hesitation or a hard clunk here, pause the test drive. This is one of the most expensive problems to inherit, and no discount is worth buying a headache you can feel on the spot. Test 4, the kickdown acceleration. Merge onto a highway or use a long, straight, empty road. Stay legal and safe. If you can't do this safely right now, skip it. Accelerate moderately up to around 40 or 50 miles per hour, then press the throttle hard for a few seconds. You're looking for hesitation, bucking, or loss of power, signs of fuel, air, or ignition issues, and you're feeling whether the transmission downshifts cleanly or slips. If the revs climb but speed doesn't follow, that's a major warning. This works because full load forces the engine and transmission to show their true condition. Healthy cars respond cleanly. Problem cars hesitate or flare. That's test 4, 1 to go. Healthy cars respond cleanly. Problem cars hesitate or flare. That's test 4, 1 to go. Test 5, the straight line braking check. Find a safe, straight road with minimal traffic. This one only happens when the road is quiet and you have plenty of space. Get to a moderate speed, then apply steady brake pressure. The car should slow in a straight line without pulling left or right. If it pulls, one side may be doing more work than the other. Feel the brake pedal. Pulsing can mean warped rotors. A soft, spongy pedal can mean air in the lines or a hydraulic issue. Listen for grinding or harsh scraping sounds. This test works because braking under load exposes problems that light stops can hide. That's test 5. You're done. Now here's the simple sequence to run on one test drive. Cold start, full lock circles, transmission response, kickdown acceleration, then straight line braking. Bring a notebook and write down any sounds, vibrations, hesitations, smoke, or pulling you notice. If the car shows one major failure, persistent smoke, clear transmission lag, or strong brake pull, don't talk yourself into it. Walk away and keep shopping. If it passes all 5, you've filtered out the biggest hidden defects. And the next step is a professional pre-purchase inspection with a trusted mechanic. Remember, you're checking for red flags, not certifying the car. Use this 5-test stress check as your first filter, then let the pros confirm the rest. Remember, you're checking for red flags, not certifying the car. Use this 5-test stress check as your first filter, then let the pros confirm the rest. Next, watch the full pre-purchase inspection video, so you catch the expensive stuff that won't show up on a short test drive. Subscribe if you want more buyer protection tests like this.